Kyle Hunter for BangTheBook.com here on Wednesday, January 23rd, giving you a sharp money breakdown. We're going to look at where the sharp money's going, where the public's going here tonight. Give you a look at where the sharper players are going here in tonight's action on a pretty big betting card. Wednesday nights are pretty big in college basketball. Also, always a big slate in the NBA. So we'll give you a look at some of the bigger games as well as some of the games that are under the radar here for tonight. Before I get to that, be sure to check out everything that's going on, bangthebook.com. Lots of good information there. Check out the daily radio show if you haven't already. Adam Burke does a great job hosting that. Always some great guests with very good insight. If you haven't already done it, also be sure to check out the articles that I have every day. I have the College Basketball Daily article, off to a really good start in that. You can check that one out at bangthebook.com. Every single day. I believe the record's 30, 13, and 1 in the first 44 plays there. We'll try to keep it going as long as we can. Love to try to help people make money and help them become better bettors, and that's what I'm trying to do there. So we'll see if we can keep that one going. If you haven't already, subscribe to bangthebook.com and the videos on YouTube. Lots of videos coming up. There's going to be a lot of new things going on at Bang the Book. I'll have this video every Wednesday for the sharp action, taking a look at where the money's breaking down. And then every Friday, I'll have a look at the next day's college basketball card. Everybody knows those Saturday college basketball cards are just massive. So there's always a lot of action going on there. So lots of stuff going on at bangthebook.com. If you haven't already checked it out on a daily basis, I certainly encourage you to do that. Let's get into where the sharp money is looking like it is here for Wednesday night's action. You look in college basketball here. We've got Texas and TCU. This is a big game for both teams. The Big 12 is wide open. This is a very good conference. I don't know if there's anybody in this conference that could win it all this year. I know Kansas has some nice wins, but they haven't been terribly impressive to me. They're certainly a good team, but I don't think they can probably win it all. But there's no easy game in the Big 12, and that's what makes it so much different from a lot of these conferences. Very big, sharp, and public split in this game. We've got TCU getting 66% of the bets, Texas getting 61% of the money. So we've got the sharps on Texas here, the public on TCU. What are my thoughts on this game? I think this is a hard game to handicap. I'm just going to be honest. I don't like to try to, BS anybody and give them, oh, this is my guarantee, my huge play. To me, Texas is one of those teams that you don't know what you're going to get from. Shaka Smart's team, they could upset anybody. They could get beat by anybody. TCU, not the same team without Jalen Fisher, but I think they're still a quality team. Decent home court advantage. I think this line's about right, to be totally honest with you. So the sharps really like Texas here. So if you like Texas, you've got that back in your opinion as well. The public on TCU in this one. So we'll see how this one shakes out. As we look down the board here, a really big sharp and public split, LaSalle and Fordham. Now this game's way more under the radar, obviously. Neither of these are big name brand teams, but Fordham getting 69% of the bets, LaSalle getting 62% of the money. We've got a clear reverse line move in this one. We've got the line started at Fordham -4. We're down to 2.5 and mainly 2, Fordham -2. LaSalle has played a much tougher schedule than has Fordham. I think that's the biggest reason for this line move, and I would lean toward LaSalle in this game. I think LaSalle has a decent chance of winning this one outright. Neither of these teams are good. Let's just be honest, So you never know what's going to happen in a game like that. You never know what's going to happen in any single game, but things are a little bit more unpredictable, more variance in a game like LaSalle versus Fordham than some of the other games, I think. So I do like LaSalle here some. I think the sharp money certainly has a good angle there with the better strength of schedule. And LaSalle has been playing a little bit better here of late than they did earlier in the season. As we look down the board here for more sharp action, I see a couple games that are certainly interesting of note. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, another Big 12 battle. Seems like the Big 12, we got some pretty big splits here tonight. Oklahoma getting 62% of the bets, Oklahoma State getting 66% of the money. So the sharps are liking Oklahoma State. I have to say, with Oklahoma State's guard issues, injuries, suspensions, Oklahoma State's not very deep at all in the backcourt right now. I think Oklahoma State's the better team Oklahoma is the better team. I apologize. I think Oklahoma is the better team, but I think Oklahoma State has a really good home court advantage. This is a hard one for me. If I had to bet this game, I think I'd bet Oklahoma. But the Sharps like Oklahoma State, so that's some information that certainly is interesting that you want to keep in mind as you bet these games here the rest of the day. As I look down the board here for anything else, NBA has a couple really notable games here for tonight that are very sharp action. The Utah Jazz and the Denver Nuggets. First of all, that's a big game. Denver's been playing great. Utah, not played that great, but they have Ricky Rubio back. They're going to be a different team with him. The Sharps really like the under in this game a lot. You've got 48% of the bets on the under and 89% of the money on the under. Something that I watch pretty closely is the officials. Jason Phillips, one of the officials in this game, has been a good under official. In general, the three officials assigned to this game have been pretty good to the under. I don't know that that's the main reason for the sharp money coming in on the under here. I think Utah's defense is just improving, but certainly paying attention to stuff like the officials and what their tendencies are is something that you want to do going forward. If you don't already do that, I highly suggest you do it going forward. Utah, a better defensive team than they showed earlier in the season. Denver not playing quickly. I think we see a pretty slow tempo, so I would lean to the under in this game. I haven't bet it myself, but if I had to, I would take the Nuggets and the Jazz under the total. As we look for another one, the Orlando Magic, probably the sharpest play on the board here tonight as far as what the sharp money likes. Only 48% of the tickets are on Orlando, but 76% of the money on Orlando. We've got a steam move here at one of the major books. We've got UWager, 31-19 are the steam moves at UWager. There aren't very many steam moves at UWager showing up. This is one of them. They've done very well so far this year. This is too small of a sample size for me to say, you should just blindly bet Orlando because it was a steam move at UWager. But I think it's something interesting to keep in mind. Look, the Nets are a better team than most people thought they would be. The Nets are not really a team I like to lay points with. They're a team I like to take points with. They fight. They're a very scrappy team, good underdog team. I would lean toward Orlando here as well. I think that the Magic are a decent team. Brooklyn's a team that's going to play a lot of close games. I'd hate to lay 6 points with Brooklyn, and it looks like the sharp money agrees with that. So Orlando, a very sharp play here on the board so far today. That about does it for the sharp action here on today's slate. I'll do this every single Wednesday, so be sure to tune in, try to give you some of the sharpest plays, where the sharp money's going, where Joe Public's going. Just use this as a part of your toolbox for handicapping these games. Certainly don't suggest that you just blindly bet everything that the sharps do. I think you should do your own research and try to figure out if you agree with them or disagree with them. I think that's a lot better way to go about it. But bangthebook.com, always trying to get you extra information to help you win. This just goes along with that. So like I said, if you haven't already, subscribe to bangthebook.com on YouTube. You can go find the YouTube page there at Bang the Book. It's something that's going to be having increasing amount of videos, lots of good informational content. I know Adam Burke does a lot of very good videos here on YouTube as well. I'll be doing a couple a week. And as we move forward, there'll be lots of new stuff going on there on YouTube at the Bang the Book link there. So be sure to subscribe to that if you don't already. Check out my daily article, my college basketball daily article. I've got a situational spots article every single week in college basketball. This was the single biggest week I've had for situational spots in college basketball. I think there's a ton of really interesting spots this week. So if you haven't already looked at that one, be sure to do so. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you again later this week.